Alright, today we're going to be making a dice roll game using Python. It is not a tutorial, so we are going to do a new project. So click on New Project. And we need to give it a name. I'm going to call it Dice Roll. And code options, we need to select Python only and click Create. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to create our sprite, the dice. So I'm going to click on Sprites. And I want the very first one that says Sprite Image of Kind. I'm going to put it right there on line 1. And we need to draw our dice. So I'm going to click on the Art Palette right there next to line number 1. And we need to, actually I lied, I'm going to click on the white square there. And then I'm going to click on the big square in the top left. And I'm just going to make it all white. All right. And then I need to click on the black color and then click on the medium-sized square. And I'm going to put this right in the middle. Awesome. And then click Done. And now when I click play, my dice should pop up in the middle of the screen. Perfect. So what I want to have happen is when I click my A button, I want my dice to shake like you're shaking it in your hands or it's rolling on the table. And then it should pop up with a random side, random number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. So to do that, we're going to have to create a variable. So I'm going to put my cursor right here outside that parenthesis and then click return, click enter, give myself a little bit of room. I'm going to click on variables. And we are going to grab item equals 0, that last one, and we're going to put it right there. And what I'm going to call my variable is, I'm going to call it roll. Actually, you know what? I'm going to call it dice. Dice equals 0. And we'll change that pretty soon. But for right now, we created our variable called dice, and it is set to 0. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do, click return, is when we press our A button, that's when we want all of the shake and the different dice side to pop up. So I'm going to click on controller and I'm going to go down to the second block that says run code on button event. And I'm going to drag it out and I'm going to put it right there underneath my dice. And do you see where it says pass? I'm going to delete pass and I'm going to click return a few times so that I gave myself some more room. And what we need to do at first is we need to have our camera, it's called camera shake, to make it look like our dice is rolling. So I'm going to go to scene. I'm going to scroll down to the camera section, and I want the one that says camera shake by 4 pixels for 500 milliseconds. And I'm going to put it underneath my DEF. And do you notice how the S of my scene is not in line with the D of my def there? How it's tabbed over? That's exactly what we want. So when I click play and then I click A, it shakes. So right now it has an amplitude of 4. That's how big, how much up and down it's shaking. I'm going to change that to 10. And let's click play. Let's click our A. Oh yeah, that's a much better shake. And right now, it is shaking for 500 milliseconds, which is a half a second. I'm going to change that to 2,000 milliseconds, which is 2 seconds. So click play, and then click A. Perfect. That looks like a great dice shake. Okay, so we did that. Now what we need to do is we need to set our dice variable equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, and have our computer randomly choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. All right, so do that. Put my cursor there outside the parenthesis. Click return. I'm going to type in dice. I'm going to do space equals space. I'm going to click on math, and I want rand int. So this is how our computer is going to randomly choose a number. And do you see how I put it there? I dropped it right next to the equal sign and went to that next line. That's okay. I'm just going to press delete until it is right next to the equal sign. And we don't want from 0 to 10. We want from 1 to 6. So dice equals rand int, random integer 1, 6. So it's going to randomly choose the integers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Okay, and now we need to say if it chooses 1, what picture should pop up? If it chooses 2, what picture should pop up? If it chooses 3. So we're going to have a whole bunch of if statements. So I'm going to click return. My cursor was right there at the end of that parenthesis. Click return. I'm going to go to logic, and I want to grab an if. And I'm going to put it right underneath my dice. So if true, so next to the if, I'm going to delete true. And I need to say if, type in dice, equals 1. Okay. And then where it says pass, I'm going to delete that. And now we need to go to our sprites. And we're going to go all the way to the bottom. And we want the one that says set my sprite image to. And I'm going to put it right underneath my if statement. And when I do that, all this extra code pops up. So I'm going to click on the art palette. Let's see if it's under my assets. Nope. So we need to draw our 1 dice again. So I'm going to click on the white color there. Click on the big square in the top left. Color in the dice. Okay, I'm going to click on the black color, click on the medium size square, and I'm going to put 1 square right there in the middle and click done. Awesome, that looks great. And now we're going to do that same thing for if dice equals 2. So my cursor is right there outside the parenthesis. I'm going to click return, and I'm going to click delete because we want our next if statement should be inline. All the ifs should be inline. So I'm just going to type it in if space dice space equals 2 colon, click return, and notice how it's tabbed over. That's exactly what we want, and our ifs are inline. I'm going to go to sprites. I'm going to choose set my sprite image to, so that same block that we just used, put it underneath. I'm going to click on my art palette, and I'm going to draw my dice again. Click on the white, big square. I'm going to click on the black color, click on the medium size square, and now this time, perfect. Okay, put my cursor there, click return, click delete, and now our next if statement is going to be inline. So if dice equals 3 colon return sprites, set my sprite image to, so that same block we just used. Click on the art palette, click on white, big square, click on the black, click on the medium size square, and I'm just going to do like a triangle. Awesome, click done. Perfect, put my cursor there, click return, click delete, type in if dice space equals 4 colon, click return, it's tabbed over, that's perfect. Sprites, we want that same block, set my sprite image to, put it underneath. We want to click on the art palette, click on the white square, click on the big square. All right, click on the black square. 1, 2, 3, 4. Click done. Awesome, this looks great. All right, now we've got 5 and 6, so I'm just going to put my cursor there on the outside of that parenthesis, click return, click delete, type in if dice equals 5 colon, enter, sprites, set my sprite image to, put it right underneath, art palette, the white, big square, awesome, click on the black, medium, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks great. And last but not least, we need 6. Click return, delete if dice equals 6, return sprites. Set my sprite image to, put it right there underneath my if. Click on the art palette, and we need to draw our 6-sided dice. All right, this is looking great. Click on the black, medium, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Awesome. And I'm just going to delete these extra lines, extra spaces. So let's see. With our DEF, it's got nothing in line until the very bottom, which is our last line of code, the C of controller. And then tabbed over, scene dice, and then all of our if statements are in line. And then within each if statement, tabbed over is our set the picture. All right, so let's try it out. Let's go big screen. When I click play, we've got the one side pop up. When I click A, it shakes, and it randomly chose 2. I click A, it chose 3, 2, 4. Awesome, we did it, guys.